So we've got some missions in our history. I was born on the mission field. My parents were missionaries in Africa, and that's where I was born. And he participated in some mission trips to Haiti when he was in high school. So I think we always kind of thought if there was, once we had a nice, strong, firm foundation here, that if Renew started doing some missions, we might want to get involved in that. And so then when they did, we kind of immediately hopped on board. We had no clue how it was going to change things, how it was going to change our view of life, how it was going to, I don't know, I feel like it has affected the way that we parent, the way that we think about things in view of eternity.
It's opened the girls' eyes to the differences in where we are and what we have.
Yeah.
As to, compared to what other people have, just in pictures and from us talking to them, but they see it, and it puts them in a different mind frame, which is awesome to see as a parent, to see the change in your own kid, that they understand. They understand that we shouldn't take things for granted. We should follow God's instructions for us, and where He tells you to go, you should go. And I like to go. I like to serve. I love serving people. I love doing for others.
He was built to serve. God built him to serve. He created him with special servanty stuff that the rest of us don't have. Okay, some of us have some of it, but he has a lot of it.
Servanty dust.
Servanty, little servant dust. Yes, and so he was built for this stuff. I was called,
but I'm still growing. I enjoy being there, and I enjoy everything about what Renew is doing on the mission field. But I don't want to become blah about it. I want to continue to grow and help other people, in whatever leadership roles I can. I don't need to be, I don't need to take a group across seas. That's not where I'm at right now. But I can sure be there as a support for other people who are in those roles, whether it's Terry or Brad or Dixie or whoever. It doesn't matter. I can be supportive, and I can step up, and I can fill other people's shoes, when needed.
But what a win-win. I mean, here we get to go to another country and help people who might not receive that assistance another way. And at the same time, we get the experience teaching us not to get too comfortable with what we have, teaching us how to keep our kids from becoming complacent in a society that's all about money and materialism. And
so do you see a big difference when you come back to America? Do you notice a big difference in the society?
100%.
Absolutely.
100%. Immediately.
What is the difference?
Selfishness.
Is this the last time you're going?
No. We'll go back as long as he calls us to go back. Each year when it comes around, if he wants us to go, we will be going, and we are prayerful about that. I hope that he keeps wanting us to go, because I want to keep going. The kids that we're seeing the same faces. We're seeing the same faces. So what's cool about this is that he went in May, and I had gone last August, and we were not able to go together on those two trips. We are going together on this trip, but he got to meet all the people that already knew me. And it was fun, because he'd have a picture and he'd show him whose husband he was, and they knew me. These are people I had a relationship with. These are people at the church there that we were working with that cared about me, and I care about them. And together we are working to reach, not together, yes together, but with that church also, we work to reach out into the barrio and out into the areas that just don't have the spirituality, the Bible training, the knowledge, the understanding of reality of eternity. like we do. And so we go out into these areas, and the kids come with us to the church, and they learn about Jesus. It's beautiful. They learn about Jesus. Some of them for the first time, a lot of them for the first time. Some of them have heard it before, and so we can just strengthen
Because
what
of
they've
Daryl's
heard.
Music Makers.
That's the thing, is that Daryl's Music Makers is in place down there with that church, and then us working with them, and they're saving lives. That's bottom line. They are saving lives. There are kids down there that are in that program that I guarantee you, we know from statistics, we know from history, we know from looking at their parents, we know from everything that happens down there, those kids would end up dead in prostitution or selling drugs. 100%. There is no doubt about that. But they're not gonna, because now they're in this program, and they get to go to school, and they get to learn about God, and they get to learn English, they get to learn how to play an instrument, all these opportunities they never could have had. And that's not credit for us. That's credit for God. Because He's weaving all this together, and He's making all this come together so that these kids can have a chance. That's what they're getting. They're getting a chance that they were not going to have before.
Why is this good for Renew? How is it going to bless Renew as a church?
There's a lot of ways. The first thing that I saw that I feel like that affected Renew had to do with unity. The teams that go out, there's a unity among them that really can't be replaced, honestly. The things that happen in those type of situations, they're not redoable. And so there's bonding that happens. And then those people that have bonded, they come back and everybody gets to see that bond, and they start asking questions. They do. They ask questions. What happened over there? What is it you guys went through? Because it's obvious that there's a bond. There's a unity of faith that maybe wasn't that strong before.
Deploy to the world. It's part of our DNA. I mean, that's who Renew is. I don't know that I would, if we hadn't become a mission-minded church, it makes me want to be involved more and more outside of just missions, which I love being here anyway. And but the fact that missions has grown like it has, and it will continue to grow. People will begin to see the changes in the team members as they continue to grow. You really do build relationships that last and only get stronger because God is in the middle of everything that we're doing. And I mean, there's no way that it can't thrive.
There's a lot of things that are beautiful about what Renew does with Daryl's Music Makers, with that church there in Santiago. One is that everybody is so prayerful. These things are sanctioned by God because everybody involved, from the people who are even just in the raising money stage, are prayerful about that. And the people who are planning the trip, they are prayerful about that. And the people who are putting it all together, they are prayerful about that. The people that are leading the team, they are prayerful about that. The people here waiting behind for us are prayerful while we're gone. The church down there, they're already praying for those of us who are coming back in August. Mm-hmm. It's like there's no time when there's not prayer involved. And I think that's why there's so much power in what we do down there. Because we are directly communicating with God about all of this.